Well, I'm an artist, but everything I do is art.
Yeah.
The world is my canvas. Life is my medium. So right now, I'm just expressing myself with finance.
Mhm. And you liking it?
I love it.
Really? Are you
Yeah.
good with numbers?
I was laughing recently because when I was younger, I hated homework and I hated math. And now it's funny because I do it for a living.
But you get paid to do it, so
Yes.
that's different.
That's true.
Money is always a good motivator, baby.
It is.
Wait, what's your joke?
Sometimes folks ask for jokes.
Oh, I'm sorry if I kill it.
No. And I only can remember one. And I heard it on a radio when I was like 10 or 11 in the car with my mother. And I don't know why this joke, of all jokes, I can't forget. It's stupid and fun. But a mushroom walks into a bar. And the bartender says, "Hey, we don't serve your kind here." Mushroom said, "Why not? I'm a fun guy."
But
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh.
Have I know I've posted this in the past, but that was back in my Facebook heyday. But I made this joke up. How do apples get pregnant?
I don't know.
They come inside her.
That's hilarious.
I know.
I love it.
Thank you.
That's awesome. You made that?
I made that.
Yeah.
I'm like, cider. It's fucking insider. I was like, fucking apples.
That's clever. So tell me about some new projects you're working on.
Oh, well, of course this. But since
You have so many episodes now.
I
I
know.
remember when we first started.
I know.
And it's grown, and you got this groovy light pointed at me, and the whole set's evolved over time.
I know. It really has. And what I like about this, well, okay, so like photography, of course, there's always like room for growth or whatever. But TV is just so different because it's like live, or you know what I mean? Like the way that you edit it is just, all of it is so different, and just tweaking the lighting and like this is new. I mean, when we first started, what was I gonna say? We even had like a different pineapple, like instead of the palm tree, it was a pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like the very first episode, which was an orange light, and I didn't like how warm it looked. And then I'm like, oh, I need this. So, like colors make a big difference.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like I like the visual presentation of it too.
Mm.
And
I've been deeply enthused with film since I can remember, and that was my first art love, was film. Making movies. That's all I wanted to be when I grew up. So,
actually,
filmmaker.
and that was, well, this is a good intro actually. Because then we can tell our origin story of how we met.
It was from a film.
Yes!
Whoa!
And before
Damn.
we get into that, on the show we have my very good friend, my confidant, my art partner. I'm your art spouse. And
my tear up.
you're my prince.
Aww.
I'm your princess. We can keep going.
On and on and on. Volumes of pet names. Aw.
But, not to get all mushy, and I'm sober right now, which is crazy too. But I was very excited for this show because,
Yeah.
I told John, it's cool that I've had so many artists come on here, but you know me.
Mhm.
Like, this is going to be great. Oh my God! and silly, and that's why I was so excited to have you on. Johnny Feelgood, everyone.
Thank you.
Oh man.
What an intro.
But everyone knows you as artist JFeelGood
It's true.
on Facebook.
And the world over.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so we have a multifaceted artist here. Painter,
yeah,
music producer now.
I've painted hundreds of pictures, and they're all over the world. Written and published 5 books.
Yep.
I've made like 20-something movies and a handful of commercials, and yeah, I produced music, composed music. You were a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
We put out 4 albums last year, 51 songs.
Really? That was that many songs?
Oh yeah, and Adrian's done and gone. He's made like 20 songs this year, just all on his own.
Wow.
They're incredible. He took our music making to an extraordinary new level. His stuff. So now I'm not writing all the lyrics and melody making, so I'll like write a hook, and he came out with this. I consider it genius, but it's also already been done. If it's not broke, why fix it? And he said, why don't we do like what UGK did? And, Pimp C says something cool, and then they just loop it a bunch on the beat. And I'd say like a little hook, and then, he put it on the beat, and it just carries. It sounds real cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Does he have a solo project name for?
Well, we're calling it Hits. Yeah, so it's not really Harperkiss, mostly the same people. But a different direction.
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about you. Sorry, I'm just going to brag on my friend for a minute.
Yeah.
Is just, you can do anything. You do anything and everything, and you're not afraid to take chances, and you just go for it. And that's why you're like so inspirational to me.
Thank you.
And
wow, that's an honor.
Yeah, of course. And so like the first time we ever worked together was a video for one of your poems that you wrote.
Yeah, back then, it was lifetimes ago. I had really fallen out of love with art, and well, I'm really married to art, and to make a marriage last, it takes work, and you gotta keep the fire lit. And I knew that, and I'm so thankful for art because, like my friends and family, without it, I would not be here right now. But I knew I had to dig deep and figure out what was it that made me fall out of love, and what can I do to make myself fall back in love with it. And through a lot of introspection and exploration, I realized that I had set up expectations for my art which it could not deliver. And so I was angry at it for not giving me what I wanted. And that was my ego, whimpering from the abyss. And when really art gave me so much more than I could have ever asked for. But I started a film series, a web series called Something Interesting, because that's what I was looking for. And I was really inspired by, you're a kid and you're watching like PBS, and shows have multiple things going on, whereas some people talking and then it's another program, like Sesame Street. They mix it up throughout the program. And I wanted to have that. I wanted to have a multitude of entertaining yet inspiring educational ideals going through show, and I really wanted it to be an absence of my ego, because my ego was very big, and I didn't want that to be the driving force of it. So when you watch the first episode, you don't see me at all in it. I didn't want my name to be the thing. I wanted people just to experience art. But when I did the premiere for that, I had a friend of mine. I won't mention his name, but he's a good friend to me and a mentor in the industry. He's very accomplished, both a photographer, a film producer, a magazine owner. And he gave me some suggestions because I asked for it. And it's very rare when I ask anybody for advice when it comes to art. But I took heed to his, and he said in order to get a larger fan base and to get mass appeal, you have to carry the film yourself and sort of guide people from one segment to the other. And so I did interject in between the segments with me and just sort of guiding it into the next thing. But I was a part of that Facebook group. I don't remember what it was called, but it had I'd say Austin's sort of top photographers, and there were some models on there, and it was predominantly nude photography models. And I remember seeing some of the ladies, and I thought it would be so fun to do something wholesome with them, you know. And I was really moved by one of your photos, and so I reached out to you to be in that film.
Which photo? I'm just curious.
Fuck if I know.
Was I naked?
Of course. Everybody was on there, even some of the photographers.
Oh yeah.
I don't even think that's a group anymore. But yeah, and so I had written that poem, and I sort of gave you creative reign on it. I think you had someone else film it, and then you spoke on it.
In your car.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. We recorded it on your phone.
Yep.
And I remember a cinder block.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh, I was thinking of that other one. Wow, I forgot about that one.
What? That was the first project we did.
Oh, what am I? I'm thinking of that one when you were walking around and you drew that shape. We never released it.
Oh, that's right.
Damn.
Yeah, that one was fun too.
That was episode 3. We didn't even release episode 3. But okay, now I remember that one.
Yeah.
That one was fun.
I know. That was the first time I met you.
Damn. Wow, that was a long time back.
We did a lot of takes.
Gotta get it right.
Yep. We did that. We did the cologne commercial.
Yeah. I never went back after that.
Why? Oh, should I not? Drama.
Well, I brought them a lot of business, and then we shot that commercial there, and they said, "Oh, we're not gonna charge you for the alcohol you all are drinking." I said, "Excuse me, you're not gonna charge me for drink? What do you mean? Like you were gonna charge me?" You're lucky I'm not charging you.
Right.
Shoot, commercial here. I'm giving you business.
Right.
Crazy. And I just, I was graceful. I'd like to think. But I never went back.
Yeah.
I really liked that place too.
It did have good tea.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Nice atmosphere. Not too busy.
How's the cologne doing though?
Well, that guy went on to make some other colognes, and I think he's in a bunch of stores.
That's good.
Also in Dubai.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so he's doing it.
He's big time. Wow.
It's a fun commercial. I wish more people watched it.
I know. That was fun.
That's any film.
I think I've lost weight since then. Thank God. I'm just kidding.
You look great. You're the best part.
Aw, thank you. I'm trying to think. Oh man, we've done so many. What was the Oh, what was that one that we did? The live videos.
JFeelGood Live.
JFeelGood Live.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. I think that was one of my favorite film projects.
Me too.
And it really embodies what I love about film, where you get a bunch of people together and everybody's an equal creative force in it, collaborating, and everyone's important. Of course, it has my name all over it. I don't know how much I really do. But besides have my name on it. But everybody makes it happen.
Yeah.
And that's really cool to me.
Yeah.
And I got to meet so many wonderful people in that project. And we spoke about both of us recognized the power of social media influence and what we could potentially do by speaking on social causes in an abstract and intellectual manner, which was really beautiful. And it was really cool to get so many people together and rehearse this idea that we made up right then.
Yeah.
For like 30 seconds right before we shot it live.
It was awesome.
It really was.
Yeah. I mean, all of it was on the fly, and
Plus, like any film I've written, even that commercial, the cologne one.
Yeah.
There was a bar across the street, and I got there about half an hour before everybody, and I wrote down the whole commercial on a bar napkin.
Wow.
Right before we shot.
That just shows how talented you are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just make it up as I go.
That's what, I mean, I don't know. It's just more organic that way. I don't like planning things out. Like, same thing with my photography. I don't have a title for it until after I look at it. After I see what feeling it evokes. You know? Just like I loved when you made us write a piece on every, video we did.
Yeah.
And our take on it, and...
I think that was an important part too, and it's hard to set time aside to do that, and a lot of times it's just you and I doing that. But I think it gives the viewers a chance to connect with us, the artists. But I think it's also just as much a part of the art piece as the film itself. I've seen, I've heard of both sides of the fence where an artist should not explain their work, right? Like the painting on the wall. But I've also seen art, and it moved me however it moved me. But to read the story behind its creation, that's powerful. And it gives a completely different feel. I saw the painting, so many, but one of them in particular, to a collector, and she said, "What I love about your abstract work is it's the ultimate form of narcissism, because I can see whatever I want to see in it." But really, that is all things. I had a thought the other day, the saying, eyes are the windows to the soul. But I was thinking, like, what if everything I'm seeing is the mirror of my subconscious? So really we're always just seeing what we want to see.
That's true. And that's, you also wrote on, but you wrote more on like your DMT experience and whatnot, right? Oh, should we not?
I guess it's out there now.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about one of your books that you read too, or that you wrote. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I have done that before once, and it's a very profound experience. Yeah, in my last book, Comfort Zone, of the chapters, chapter 9, called The Dragon in the Black Box. And it talks about one of the trips I had. And I won't bore you with the whole chapter, but basically, DMT shows you to yourself. Shows you yourself to yourself. And in a way that you need to be shown at that time. And at that time, I saw a bunch of stuff, but just to get to the point, I saw a dragon, a black, like obsidian, stoic, stolid, strong dragon. Eyes cold and staring. And at its breast, it was like this, and its head kind of coming down, its wings back arched. And at its breast it had this black box. And I felt, it spoke to me that the contents of the black box were promised to me. But I had to do the work on myself in order to have the contents. And I did not want to do the work on myself. I don't like work. But I saw beauty in the mess, and I wanted to create art expressing the beauty I saw, but something told me that that was a cop-out. That was not the work I had to do. Well, after that vision, I lived. Months went by, and I started to take note when people would ask me to help them or do something for them, and I would do the thing. And I just kept doing that. I really wanted to be more engaged in my life experience. And then I started to realize that the doing the work was the contents of the black box. That's what that chapter is about.
Interesting.
So, that's what I gained from that trip.
Nice. Well, I've never done it, so I'm always interested in hearing different people's experiences. So.
Well, dimethyltryptamine is just a chemical in your brain that makes you dream at night. So if you dream, you do it.
Yeah. And I dream every night. Do you dream all the time?
Yeah, I dream most nights. It's very vivid. I recently heard that some people do not dream in color. Some people dream in black and white.
Really?
Yeah. And I was out with a lady friend and Adrian, and she brought it up. She asked me if I dream. I said, yeah, I dream. I dream in color. And she said, well, me too, but not everybody does. And Adrian says, I dream in black and white. I said, what? You think you know someone?
Whoa.
I've known him for like 15 years. You're going to sit there and tell me that you dream this whole other way?
That's...
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. I just imagined his dreams like a French noir film or something.
Well, I never wondered about how other people dream.
Me neither.
I just couldn't get outside of my own, I guess. Well, I'm narcissistic.
Do you dream of flying?
I've had some flying dreams.
Because my flying dreams, how I fly is always the same, which is I know that I can fly, but I have to relax my body and kind of let the wind take me. So I'll start floating, and then I know that I can keep going higher and higher if I just trust the wind to take me, type thing.
So it's all dependent on the wind? If there's no wind, you're not going to fly?
That's a good question.
With me, it's more like a gravity thing, or like an anti-gravity. So I can just be standing there, and I know I kind of have to put my hands out like this, but it's like my hands are sort of pushing against the gravity, and I just go.
But do you feel like a floating sensation first? Yeah. So I don't fly like an airplane or anything. I guess the initial liftoff is maybe like a real.
I love it.
Oh my goodness! The craziest flying dream I've ever had though was when I was in Thailand. Cause I stayed in two places. One was Bangkok and then Kanchanaburi, which is more rural.
Did you fly there?
Well, well, at night they have the like Buddhist chanting
Mm.
really loud, and I think that kind of subconsciously, like, I don't know, it made me feel like there were like more spirits around or something.
Mm.
So at night I remember flying out of my window and just like flying above all the people like in the farms, like, starting their day, and they all saw me, and I'm just like floating around like
When they saw you.
yeah, they saw me.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think that's could have been why, like, they're more in touch with the spirits and whatnot, so they acknowledged me there. It's weird.
But I've never seen anyone else flying in my flying dreams.
Me too.
Well, dreams are all you, so it
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
true. Do you ever have fighting dreams where you can't punch hard? It's like you're in water type thing.
No, I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. There's not a lot of fighting in my dreams.
Oh man.
I see some strange, surreal stuff. I'll be on like other worlds and I'm exploring other cultures.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's really far out. I wrote about that in a few chapters in Quandary.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I use a lot of my dreams for poetry I write or ideas. And sometimes, if I'm just trying to figure something out, my dreams will explain it to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But that's what it's doing. It's your subconscious problem solving.
Yeah. Are you superstitious? Like, you know how like certain things mean, like the whole teeth falling out, or like.
I would say I have my own superstitions. I couldn't say any right now, but I have my own ideas about the ways of the universe.
Yeah. I heard, and I kind of believe it because every time it did happen in my dreams, shortly thereafter, like if I dream that I'm in a body of water, essentially drowning, I'm gonna lose money.
Oh.
Yeah. So like I'll have an unexpected like bill, like fuck, I didn't pay this, like, yeah, something like that.
Well, my dreams are more matter of fact. Like I'll be living like we are now, and sometimes I'll get this feeling like I've already done it before, and now I remember I had a dream of that same thing a long time ago, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Do you ever dream, like, do you see other people in your dream and you could have sworn, like, when you see a person in real life that you've seen them in your dream?
Sure. Well, I was just thinking about a thing I had heard once. A neuroscientist was explaining a really fascinating story. I can't recall his name. Oliver Sacks. Yes, I can. That's his name.
Wow. That was fast.
And he was speaking on memories and also visual impairment. And there was a lady who was complaining about having hallucinations even though she had been clinically blind for 15, 20 years. And she was in her old age. So it made her feel very uncomfortable. And so she told some nurses, and some nurses called some doctors, and some doctors called some friends, and some friends contacted Oliver, and he said, I'll talk to her. So he asked her about the hallucinations, and she said that she was seeing like a stairwell and some eyes, just some random constructs floating. And she couldn't explain it, and she wanted to answer. And he said something along the lines of, we have a cell in our brain for every single thing we experience. The color blue, square, cup, yellow, wax, everything. we're always trying to recognize by identifying everything around us as something that is familiar to us, right?
Yeah.
What is this thing like which I have experienced before? And so when you're dreaming, some of those cells are lit up randomly, and you'll have a dream where somebody who's a total stranger will look absolutely and feel absolutely familiar to you. And that's because one of their eyes belongs to your sister, and the other eye belongs to John, and the other, or the nose, belongs to your cousin Sally, and you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's all made up of all these things, and they're all familiar things because they're in your encyclopedia of memories. And so what he was saying was that some of those cells were firing in her brain while she was awake, and it's just a darkness to her because she can't see, but those images would be triggered so she would see them. Yeah, pretty interesting. That's what DMT's doing.
Wow.
Is it's flooding your brain with it's charging all those cells at once, all of them. So that's why you have these grand, majestic experiences.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Have you ever seen the movie What Dreams May Come?
Oh yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's a beautiful film.
Yeah, but yeah, just like the characters he would run into, and like, well, not to spoil it to whoever didn't watch it, but you should watch it. It's really good, and I cry every single time.
Yeah.
And R.I.P. Robin Williams.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, he was a great man.
Totally. All right, now moving on from our dream segment.
Yeah.
Let's go back to your art, though.
Okay.
So, let's see. You've shown in different galleries on East. Do you plan on showing at East this year? No.
No, I don't have time for creating art really anymore. Like big pieces and trying to sell them and do all that, and it's laborsome, and I don't really get much out of that. A lot of people say you gotta make art for you. Well, it's expensive to make art for me, and then it just stacks up. My pieces are pricey. I use some expensive stuff, and they're heavy, lots of texture, and I don't have enough room for the quantity of stuff I can produce. And the speed at which I create it, that's insane. What I do now in my limited time is I use little Post-its at work.
I see.
And I'll sketch with a pen. It'll take a minute. That's about all I have. And I'll do these really raw sketches of some favorite lover or some just abstract looking something, and then I'll write a little bit to kind of coincide with it, just to practice my creative outlet.
Yeah, keep exercising that muscle.
Then I'll crumple it up and throw it in the trash can. But I put it on the Instagram so I get some validation.
So it lasts forever.
Yeah. Same thing. Yeah.
I love it. I still follow everything that you post.
Thank you.
I'm creeping on Facebook. I may not be active, but I definitely pop in every now and then just to see what friends are up to. So
Yeah, I hate it.
I know.
I'm like, why am I on here still?
I know.
So dumb.
I know.
When I was having tacos before this, I hear people behind me and people in front of me, and all they're doing is talking about shit they saw on Facebook. Why does anybody talk at all?
Yeah.
When we're always all looking at the same bullshit on Facebook. Get me off of it.
Yeah.
What is it? Why do I go to it?
It's a good conversation starter, though. I know. But this is why I like this.
If it's not you or other close friends, I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say that hasn't already been said.
Right.
You know? I mean,
That's why I like Instagram.
Yeah,
It's
because
just photos.
yeah, it's you don't have to speak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I like about your whole attitude when it comes to like art or whatever. And
Go on.
you have the people that make art because they're an artist, they can't help it. And then you have the people, not bashing those who do, but like just well, because it's their business, so they have to make art to make money, to make a living. And I guess what I'm getting at is like I like that we can produce art, and I don't care how many followers I have or how many likes or whatever. It's always just the people that I care about. You know, that's our way of exchanging each other's art.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a gallery. It really is.
Yeah.
Just an online gallery. So.
Yeah, I have one artist friend. Oh, he's amazing. His name's Raphael. And sometimes we'll get on the Instagram Messenger thing. I don't know why we do there. We can just call each other, but we'll sit there and send each other pictures of new art that we're making, not even say any words.
Yeah. I love that though.
Yeah.
You'll send me, something of yours, and I sometimes send you a photo. And
yeah. What more needs to be said sometimes? Well, sometimes you and I are venting.
Oh yeah.
You gotta do that.
Oh yeah. But I'm so happy for you.
Thanks.
You look like you're in good spirits.
Yeah, I'm living a totally different life.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm too busy to be depressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably why I made so much art before, because I was depressed all the time.
Very true. I think we're like both in a similar stage. Like I went so hard with photography and crafting and like shooting, podcast, and I get burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm, I have a new position at work, so I'm trying to like trying to
Cheers.
focus my energy on that,
Mhm.
and I feel like I have to choose one or the other, otherwise I'm gonna fail in one part.
You
And
only
I
have
felt
so much
it.
bandwidth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I know the art, I can always come back to it. It's a part of me. Like, it's like riding a bike. So, and that's why, even though you're not creating, I know that when you do come back, you're going to come swinging hard.
Oh, I daydream about it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like, when I'm doing those sort of raw sketches on the Post-its, I'm also imagining, like, how I've been kind of, like, seeing a series in my head of how I want to do it bigger. Like, maybe these 6 foot by 6 foot pieces. And I'd make it single color toned, or maybe like monochromatic, with it'd be like the color, splash of white, just like a wash. And then I'd get canvas, and I would draw that same image on the canvas and then cut that out and then place it on top of that monochromatic painting.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, cover it in epoxy resin like I do everything. And I think that would look very beautiful.
Yeah, 6 by 6.
Oh, yeah.
That's huge.
Larger than life.
Wow. I love your resin pieces, by the way.
Thank you.
Do you still have them hanging in the bread and breakfast?
No, that was just for that shoot.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Mabel.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love her.
She'll probably never listen to this.
No. I tell her enough and often.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I have maybe like 12 of my favorite pieces, which I painted last year when I lived in Marble Falls.
Mm.
And I remember painting those, thinking, I wish I could afford my own art. And I thought, if I had money to buy my art, I would. So why don't I just keep them?
Yeah.
So I have them. There's been 2 times where I've actually bought my own stuff back.
From others?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What made you
Well, one of them is one of the most important pieces to me. It's called The Epitome of Emotion. It's blue and white and beautiful. And back when I lived in Georgetown, I had a studio on 13th Street. It was a single-bedroom apartment, and the landlord was renovating all the apartments. And I said, "Can I use this space as a studio?" And he said, "Yeah, because everything's being torn out or whatever, I'll give you a good price." He charged me $50 a month, all bills paid. And I lived in a house up the road. I don't like to mix home and work. But I had the whole apartment as my studio, and I put paint on everything. It was awesome. Every weekend we had the crazy studio parties and whatnot. And I was planning a blowout party, and I invited everyone. And the landlord, he didn't know that it would be fine. And one day I get there and I find this notice on the door, and he said, "Johnny, you can't throw this party. I saw you've been advertising it." Because the cops will call or come and arrest you. And I was so mad because I had invited the police.
Oh.
City council, everybody. I invited everyone. And I had a lot of love, and I just wanted everybody to be a part of this thing I wanted to create. And I was so mad that he didn't want me to have it. And I went in the studio, and I had this, it's like a 3-foot by 3-foot canvas. And I had this really beautiful sort of, maybe it's darker than cerulean, but, well, maybe it was more of a navy blue, but I just dumped that whole thing on there, and some white, splashed it around, put a bunch of paint thinner on it, and I took that note that he stuck on my door, and I tore it up into pieces, and I threw it on the canvas, kind of covered it up so it would be a part of the painting. And then I left, and I locked the door, and I didn't come back for a week. So if anybody came to that party, I wasn't there. And when I came back, and it had moved around and changed a lot, because that's what paint thinner does to the paint. Really, the painting paints itself in a lot of ways, and it did in this case. But I had so much emotion in that painting. At the time, I was short on rent money, and so I traded it for rent where I was living. And then a good year later, they were hurting for money, so I bought it back.
Nice.
And the second painting I bought back was from Miss Annie Wells, and she was a friend of mine, and I learned a lot from her. She owns a gallery called Little Pink Monster Gallery here in Austin, and I can't say enough good things about this person. But she had one of my paintings in at a East show last year and the year before. I can't remember. I bought that painting back from her. I'd like to share some things I learned from Annie Wells.
Please do.
One time I was she asked me to go to a show in her stead, and I had to do something. And when I was there, Jean-Pierre Verdejo was having an exhibition at this place. And I saw one of his paintings, and I absolutely hated it. I hated it. It made me mad just looking at it.
Then it worked.
Yeah, well, I called Annie right then, and I said, "I fucking hate this painting." She said, "That's good. That means it's real art." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Real art makes you feel. If it doesn't make you feel it, whether it's angry or happy or sad or joyful, if the art doesn't make you feel anything, then it's not doing its job." And I loved that, and then I loved the painting.
It's true though.
Yeah.
Even ones that I'm like, I don't even get it. like, well, it caused confusion.
Yeah, it's like wisdom also, you can hear it all day, but until you're ready to ready for the wisdom, it won't mean a thing to you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen or experienced some art when you're younger and you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's up? And then years later you're like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially like reading captions about what it's about. Like, you know, going to those art galleries, like just reading, you know, the meaning behind it and just the materials used. Even just like seeing how much work goes into it, I can appreciate that. Like, you know, the different mediums and I don't know.
Yeah. Some people lie about that shit though.
You what?
Oh yeah.
Really?
90% of art is marketing.
I had no idea.
Well, I mean, they're not lying about materials, but those make up some kind of...
Oh, the meaning behind it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. I was gonna say.
Well, you can't lie about what's in it. Yes, you could.
Yeah, I could. I mean, whatever to increase the value, right? So, you can even say put your own blood in there. We believe you. So, are you still in Georgetown?
No, I'm living in Austin.
Oh, okay. Why did I think you were still in Georgetown? Oh, because you still work in Georgetown. Oh, no, because you work here now.
Yeah, I'm living and working in Austin. I was working in Georgetown on the weekends, but recently I got my weekends back, so...
Nice.
Yeah, I've just been in Austin living, loving it.
Yeah.
Feeling good about things. I'm so busy, though. I get off work, I hop in my pool, and then I eat some dinner and go to sleep.
Pool.
Yeah, I got a pool.
In your house?
Condo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Do you got plans this weekend?
I think I accidentally might have double booked. So, I don't know, I might see one of those plans through or just go to sleep. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how I feel on Saturday.
Yeah. Pride is this Saturday. So this is my first time taking the show on the road.
What? Tell me about it. What are your plans?
I'm practically gonna wing it, honestly, but maybe just like setting up my tripod on like, you know, a good part of the parade, because it's gonna
get sound. It's gonna be loud.
I have a microphone. That's the thing too, is like it is gonna be really loud, but it might be more of like a vlog format too. And if I could like see someone with a really cool costume on, or like I could just pull them aside and be like, hey, come here. This is my show, and tell me what pride means to you. You know what I mean? Just like something simple and, I don't know, capture the energy. Make it more of, I don't know, edit it all like cinematic somehow. I don't know.
I'm excited.
Well, now I'm like, you know, setting the bar too high for myself. What if it's going to be shit? It may not even come out. Who knows?
That's any project.
Yeah.
Just have fun.
Yeah. That's my plan. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, and then I don't know when I'm going to film again. That's why I appreciate you coming on the show.
Wow, what did I get on the last one?
No, of course not. No. But I'm traveling coming up, so.
Where are you going?
So I'm going to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, in a couple weeks. And then when I come back that weekend, I'm going to Houston because my mom's going to be visiting my brother. Then in September, I'm going to Chicago for a wedding.
Damn, getting around.
Yeah, and then that's pretty much it. But like when it comes to filming, since I only film on weekends, that's a big chunk that I'm going to be missing a lot of. So, yeah.
It's good to have a break, though.
Yeah.
Give you some new, fresh ideas.
For sure.
Especially with all the travel.
Yeah, and Puerto Rico's going to be really pretty. San Juan's very colorful. And
have you been?
No. Have you?
No.
Oh.
I spent time in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah,
same.
In Oahu.
You were there not too long ago.
Yeah, last year. Around this time.
That's right.
Yeah, and I had gone a year before that, around this time also. Just to get away from everything.
Yeah. Did you go to the same island each time?
Yeah. Yeah, my cousin had a house up there on, not I can't remember the name of it. It's like southwest of Oahu, and but she'd go to work, and I'd take the car, and I'd go down to the beaches and just be by myself. And
Nice.
I like solitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I've been to Hawaii 2 times now, but I kind of regret going to Maui both times just because it is so touristy.
Mm.
I went to Kauai the second time.
I'd like to go there.
It's definitely quieter.
Yeah, I heard that it's like the least traveled to and like a treasure.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. But I do like the black sand beaches, and it's pretty. But yeah. Do you have any traveling coming up?
No, I'm not planning any traveling. I want to,
Yeah.
but I just have my goals and I'm focused on them.
Good for you.
It requires me working and
Yeah.
taking care of myself.
Self-care is importante.
Yeah. But I've had enough fun
Yeah.
doing everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I can be a grown-up for a little while.
Yeah, for sure. We need to go out. It's been a minute.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Go have some drinks. Get crazy.
But I always end up leaving early though.
And I always end up leaving too late.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, even when I go out downtown, like, me and John, we pre-game before we go, so that,
Smart.
yeah, by the time we're already there, we're already messed up, and, like, I like leaving before, bar close. So I'll probably, like, leave at 1 at the latest.
Remember when we went to that magazine thing?
Magazine.
Eclectic something. Amico's magazine, and we were, you and John came, and Chrissy was there, and we were just like dance.
Yes! Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, we were tearing it up.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun. It's funny because, like, when I reflect on all of our memories together, we have a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Have I known you that long?
Doesn't matter.
I know, but it feels like not long, but also long at the same time.
Mm.
I don't know. But all of them have been good experiences. So
True
that's
that.
all that matters.
Yep.
I just remembered whatchamacallit, when I wore my tin or my aluminum outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
That was the best one. I love that. Oh my god, I want to watch it.
I still need to, like, repost it, but, like, the quality, I wish it was a little bit clearer.
I would do that show again and with you, but with better equipment.
Yeah. But I kind of like how it's so...
Oh yeah, no, I love renegade shooting.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. But that would be a really fun project.
It'd be cool if, like, we did a compilation of all our projects together.
Could we?
When I die, can you do that? No, I'm just kidding.
Or not if I die first. I'll be trying to get out of work.
Just play it at my funeral.
Alright, well, I mean, I can make everybody sit through all of them.
Yeah.
If you want.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to write a eulogy. Play. She's great. Look.
Aw. Too bad she's dead. Just kidding. That just went really dark.
Yeah, it did. Now, we got these lights, though.
Yeah. Is it warm? This is new, so this setup, how is it feeling? Is it warm on you? Because it gets warm in this room.
I feel good.
Okay. Just making sure. I'm just trying to think of other questions. It's kind of like weird because it's like I already know so much about you.
Yeah, I thought
but the
about
world doesn't know about you. And I could stroke your ego more if you want.
Sure. Tell me how great I am. I'm just kidding. Kinda.
Okay, so out of all your mediums, you write books, you paint, you do music. What was the most challenging and the most natural? You even did some photography as well.
Yeah, I did a lot of photography when I was younger. My hands shake too much now. I just direct. What was the most challenging? There's been a few commission paintings that I've done that I just got so tired of working on.
So was it
not all money is worth the time. Not that I didn't love the painting. And I get great joy out of painting. But sometimes it's just like, I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
And I don't want to paint what other people want me to paint. I want to paint whatever the fuck I want to paint.
Yep.
And I want people to pay me for that.
Yeah.
But just being real. But sometimes, and no, every time I've been commissioned to paint something that I didn't particularly want to paint, I ended up having great joy from the experience overall, because it forced me to learn new things and paint differently than I had ever painted before. But in doing commission work, in order to sort of control the commission I was getting, I limited it to, I would say, I'll ask you 5 questions. And based on those answers, I will paint a painting for you, like a soul portrait.
I love that.
And so these 5 questions were: what color is your happiness? What color is your anger? Have you ever been heartbroken? Was that a blessing or a curse? And what color is your future? And so I would be able to get a good idea of the person from those answers. And I felt like I always wanted to share with the public the people's answers, because if you just see the painting, you're like, oh, okay. You know, not that a lot of people are going to see it unless they're bragging on it or whatever, but they were always very touched by it because they could see everything that they had said in the painting.
Wow.
And it's a very intimate, very personal thing, and that brought me the most joy.
Wow.
Really connecting with people on a soul level.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
And was that something that, because you're all, are you self-taught or?
Yeah.
Okay. And so like what?
Well, actually, I'd like to credit the late, great Don Snell, because when I first started painting, he was a fairly well-known painting artist, and he lived in Georgetown, Texas. And he was about the only real painter I knew at the time. And I sought him out to teach me some stuff. And I went to his house, and I said, will you teach me about painting? And he said, yes. Here's your first and last lesson. Are you ready? I said, yeah. He said, keep painting. That's it.
Wow.
So that's what I did.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So painting is your first love and probably the most natural. No.
No, my first love was making films.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And I didn't really like painting. All throughout high school, I thought it was dumb, a waste of time. I didn't even touch paint. I got out of high school, and I guess I was 18 or 19. And I was kind of stoned one day, and somebody had given me a paint set. You know, it was multicolored. There's like 10 different colors, and had some paintbrushes and a piece of wood. I just wanted something to do. I had a bunch of friends over wherever I was living, and I was living with my brother at the time. And I started painting. And another friend came over, Adam was his name, and he said, I'll give you $50 for that. I said, I'm not even done yet. And he goes, I like where you're going with it. So I sold my first painting, and I thought, well, maybe I can do something with this.
Wow.
And that led to the next painting, which led to the next one, and I just loved it. I really fell in love with painting after that. Not from being able to make a little cash, but I'd knock out like 3 paintings a day. I'd sell my paintings for a pack of cigarettes and a new canvas. I just wanted to paint. I just loved it. Friends would bring me more paint all the time. They'd all, sit there and just watch, and I'd...
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah, I loved it. I still do. I do a lot of painting in my head. It costs less.
So it was after high school that you started painting?
Mm-hmm.
And what was your first film project?
When I was a boy, my father came home with a video camera that used VHS.
What's that? I'm
this
just kidding.
big. Yeah, what's that? It's a huge camera that's on your shoulder. And I just wanted to tell a story with film. I didn't know a thing about it, but I would kind of make up these little stories in my, and try to. They were terrible, absolutely terrible. Then I got a little older and made some friends and I'd write storylines and get them to act in them. And my brother starred in all of my films pretty much for like a decade.
Mm.
He was the main star. He was great, just great. I love my brother more than anything in the world. I couldn't have done a lot of those projects without him. And for many other reasons I love him, but yeah, he was always in my films.
Mm. Shout out to, I forgot his name.
Josh.
Shout out to Josh.
Yeah.
I think the first time you met, he was in that video. He was a cameraman.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, he was
That's right.
filming it.
Wow. So how did you, okay, because it's VHS, so you couldn't really do any editing.
Yes, you could. And let me tell you how.
Okay.
This is going to sound crazy. I'm sure other folks have done some crazier things. And prior to VHS, you probably did some even crazier things. But when we were that age, we didn't have money for editing software and equipment and whatnot, so we had to figure out how to edit. And this is how you do it. You have a tube television that's before screen, these flat screens.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had them. They were like a box.
Yeah.
And you get 2 VCRs and a CD player or a cassette player for dubbing sound over it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the tape you want to record on, and then you have the tape with all the footage. And so you'd have to record, you press record and you press play, and you have to time it just right. And when you wanted the music to overlay, you have to press play at the same time. So I'm over here like this, and he's over there like getting ready, and it has to be right on the...
Wow.
Yeah, it was that's when I first started smoking cigarettes.
When you were a boy.
Yeah. That'll make you start chain smoking real quick. It's so tedious and frustrating.
Wow.
I remember thinking, I love making movies. I fucking hate editing.
Yeah.
But now it's all on a computer,
Mm-hmm.
and I can sit there and I'm like, I love it.
Right. So how long were your mini movies?
Oh, they never got any longer than 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, they were short.
Yeah.
And operating on a $0 budget, you have to work fast. You got to keep the attention span of your actors, who are very nice and generous, to even be in your film. And because they'll get bored and they're like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
So you got to be really creative and keep them involved and engaged. Let them express themselves as well.
Mm-hmm.
But that became why I loved it so much. Just spend time with people.
Yeah, especially your brother too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good bonding time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
Wow.
think so.
See, I didn't know this about you, that you made VHS short films.
Yep. And then we moved to High 8, which is like a really small cassette tape looking
Mm-hmm.
thing. But around then I got some editing software and started learning how to edit on the computer.
That's dope. Oh.
Now I just use my phone.
I know, right? The phone you could do anything with. It's
Remember,
crazy.
we'd have to like rent cameras and stuff, and I sat there thinking, I spent like $1,000 on this piece of shit. That's gonna make a movie for me.
Mm-hmm.
They're good enough.
Yep. With all the apps nowadays.
Yeah, then you just put it right on the internet. It's where it's going anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
I can't believe that we're like old enough to compare technology. It's crazy. Man.
It really is.
I wish I didn't get into art so late in life. I wanted to experience more of the harder way of doing things. Like, I never shot film. I went straight to digital. But I wish I had that experience of, like, you know, in a dark room and developing and, you know, shooting manual and just trusting it's going to turn out okay because you don't have a screen, you know. It takes a lot of skill.
Yes, it does.
For sure. What did you shoot with when you did photography?
What do you mean? I had a Canon.
Okay, so it was digital, it wasn't film?
Just digital.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was it do you remember the model?
No. Point, click.
What kind of things did you shoot? Like objects, models, or?
Just models.
Okay. Beautiful women.
Yeah.
I don't think have I seen your photography?
There's a couple from back then that I have.
Okay.
But I don't know. So long ago, it's not one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
So, but I do like being a part of shoots and like directing them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been thinking about getting a camera and doing it again. But part of me is like, it's all already been done.
Yeah.
So what can I contribute? Although, I had a conversation with my mother recently. She's very creative too in her own way, but I said, Mama, why don't you create more stuff and create art? She said, there's nothing I can create that hasn't been done already. I said, Mom, can you imagine if I said that? How much amazing, beautiful art and the lives I've touched and inspired would just be gone.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, can you imagine what you would be like? And I thought, no. I guess my imagination doesn't run that deep. It's crazy.
Wow. What kind of art does your mom do?
Oh, she does stuff I would never even think of doing.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's way abstract.
She paints?
No. I can't even begin to explain it.
Sculpting?
No. It's...
What's the medium?
How do I explain this? She'll, like, get cutouts of stuff, and, like, on a wall, and put it up there, then, like, have, like, a string kind of going out to another one, and then have, like, a thought bubble written out, and that was one thing. I'm doing it no justice by trying to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had this, there's some kind of tea out there, and it says focus.
Mm-hmm.
She did this very clever piece. I just thought it was amazing. But she drank so many of these teas, she kept the label that said focus, and she had a canvas, and she just stuck focus, 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 focus. And subconsciously, she got tired of drinking this tea. She didn't want to buy it anymore. Towards the end of the canvas, you don't really see the labels anymore.
Wow.
Like she lost focus.
Wow. I see where you get it from now. That's so funny.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Does she sell her art ever, or is it just more for her?
Just for her.
Yeah. Do you paint stuff for her?
She has quite a few. Yeah. She has some really good ones.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what? Yeah, my parents, they don't really do anything artsy. It's weird. I don't know where it came from. Well, I take that back. Actually, now that you know how like you forget things until you start talking about it, and then it's like, oh, that's right, that did happen.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were kids, my dad would always film me and my brother like home videos and like interview us and like.
There you go.
Like sit us
what
down.
Are we doing now?
I know, it's crazy. So like I'm 4 years old, and my dad used to work third shift a lot. So like he would do it before he has to go to work. So it would be kind of late because he would sleep, during the day and then sleep.
It's a hard shift.
Yeah. But I remember he would just like ask us questions like, all right, then. Okay, that's my nickname. I don't know if I ever told you that. That's my family nickname is Tintin.
Oh.
Yeah. But they call me
all right,
Tin.
then.
Yeah. Or he'd be like, sing the ABCs. And I'd be like, ABC, ABC, ABC. And he'd be like, that's not how you sing ABC.
Yeah,
So
it is.
So I would just lose I'd be so distracted because I'm like, I just want to play. And I took that for granted. Of course, you're young. And now, like, looking back at it, it just, it shows how much your parents loved you, that they want to, like, capture this moment. Because they'll never have it again.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad thing is, all of our home videos got ruined in, like, a flood in Chicago. Like, in a crawl space.
Well,
in the basement, so...
But
now it's here. At least it's here. That's all that matters. But yeah, now I think about it. Yeah, and he would do like a collage of like our photos, but put music to it. Like a little slideshow on VHS.
When I was younger, I was really influenced by my Uncle Richard, who was a musician and a very talented artist. Drawing, painting, also does web design. He's very creative. And yeah, he put out a lot of albums. They're all really good. So probably that was a large influence. But my father was very creative as well. More leaning towards engineering. But whenever I had a school project, he would, we're going to work on this together. Which would be me sitting off to the side and him building some massive sugar cube pyramid with the Sphinx. I was watching him build my science project. Not that I didn't want to do it because I wanted to do it, but learn from the masters, right?
Yeah. Wow.
And he would build those model planes out of like balsa wood. You ever seen those? You ever seen model
model planes? But wood? What kind of wood?
Yeah, they're all built out of balsa wood. It's very lightweight wood.
Okay.
And then you get a special kind of paper that when you put it around it, it's very thin paper, and then you can paint it, and they're really beautiful. He made a bunch of them. Like, I don't know, every couple of months he'd build a new one. I would help him build one, and he'd hang them in my room from the ceiling. It looked like a World War II, dogfight.
Yeah.
And I always had a fan going, so they'd just be like swinging around.
Wow.
A couple times though, they'd fall. And be like, meow. It's all great till it hits you in the face and you're sleeping.
Yeah. Wow. That sounds beautiful, actually. Especially like if you have the window open and just like a beautiful summer day and like, I don't know, natural light. I don't know. I see it in my head. Yeah, that's cool. Like, if it's not directly from your parents, like, you could have inherited some of your creativity from extended family. Definitely. Like, my aunt is a dancer. She was like a professional, like, jazz dancer with a company. Yeah. So I know I got that from her. I mean, I'm no like professional dancer, but I love to dance.
Yeah. Yep.
My dad likes to dance too.
I love dancing. Yeah, I'm terrible at it, but I love dancing. Just feel that rhythm.
But yeah. What time is it? Wow. See? An hour 16 minutes already.
Oh shit.
Isn't it crazy how time flies when you're just talking and you forget the camera's even there?
Yeah, well, I mean, I haven't forgotten this microphone.
If it was red, it would look like
A clown.
a
nose. When John was setting it up, he was like, okay.
I know, I'm sorry. Eventually I can upgrade, but I don't know if you've ever like really taken a look at how expensive quality microphones are.
Yeah, they're ridiculously
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah. One day. But for now, these will do.
Yeah. I never even noticed them on your other shows. I mean, I'm like looking at the people,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I don't know why I never noticed this.
Maybe because it like blends in with the
Oh,
black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's kind of why. Oh wow, you can kind of see it better now that we have the lighting different.
I see it now.
See how you're glowing?
Oh.
Well, we should probably wrap up.
Okay.
And where can we find you? Because you're not really active.
I'm a hard man to find. But my art isn't. You can find it at JFeelGood.com.
Yes, it's good to have your own website.
Yes.
For sure. You have merch. You can get your paintings and all various.
Oh yeah, it's all there.
Mm-hmm.
JFeelGood.com.
Your books.
Mm-hmm.
Check out our live videos.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll both get motivated to focus on art.
Yeah. We'll make some more.
Yeah.
Got a whole life waiting.
Mm-hmm. Keep on painting. And I'll just, or keep creating. Thank you for creating this with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
This felt very natural.
Good.
So thank you. I feel like I've, well, not to like make it about me or whatever, but
It is your show.
Like compared to, you know, my past episodes. I mean, this is 29. And like, man, the first few, I can't go one sentence without saying like, because I just get so, you know, nervous and anxious, and I can't even like form complete sentences or ideas without stuttering.
I don't know if I heard you say that.
Exactly. That's my point.
That's fine.
I'm more comfortable now, and especially because it's you. So, but yeah. Now we're almost at 30.
It's that dirty.
I don't know if I should do anything special. I don't know.
Sure.
Like every 10 episodes, do something special. Because I did for my 20th episode. I was the guest. I was the one being interviewed. So, who knows what? Actually, 30th is the Pride one.
Oh, wow, why didn't we see that coming?
I know, I'm stupid.
No. We're all talking about it.
I know. See how things just naturally fall
Yeah.
into place? You know,
That's perfect. That's going to be awesome.
yeah. And it's because it's on location and like,
You're just going to go hit the streets?
mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is crazy stuff.
I know. It'll be fun.
Are you going to shoot with that?
No, with my Canon. Yeah, but it won't. I mean, this is an hour long, but like, I only want to. After editing and all of it said and done, I only want it to be like 20 minutes. Nothing crazy.
Film more than you need to.
For sure. Yeah.
Leave a story out of it that you didn't even know was there.
Mm-hmm. I know. I'm like, sorry. I'm like, kind of like
Yeah.
letting it brew in my mind. Anyway, so yes, JFeelGood.com.
Yeah.
Please check them out. You'll love it.
And she will see you next time.
I'm just kidding.
You can reach us at fatalpodcastatx@gmail.com or Instagram at fatalappeal.